we can study. Yeah, and eating breakfast with my best friend and study. I sleep well. Oh my God, I'm tired when I wake. And I prepare for Ethiopian bread. When I go back home from work, I can make.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hi guys, sorry ዛሬ ጓደኛዬ ቤት ነው ያለነው ልናጠና ነው ቁርሳችን እየበላን ነው እና ኮሜንት ስለማላነብ ይቅርታ አድርጉልኝ. I don't read for comments, so I want to study.
Okay.
I said study with my best friend.
Oh, thank you.
I can have a hour. I don't have a hour. I have only 2,000 hours I did, but they need 4,000 per year. I have only 2,000. They left 2 months to close this YouTube. Yeah, I'm not monetization to get money, so I wanna try this 2 months. If I got what's calling 2,000 again.
Oh, okay.
That's why I put here. It's not that much. Like Adargu says, maybe Betty, and it's too far. We need to study.
Oh, you can bring it closer.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And I think study and reading is not good, so just to study.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why. I don't like to bother our study. After we get, we need to just study. They can't follow us. What? Betty, yeni konjo. Baka follow us, okay? We are online. We are studying with my best friend, Lydia. If I didn't read your comment, I'm so sorry. So, we can see Betty and the others. ጓደኛዬ ቤት ነኝ. We are in life now. You know, last night I'm laughing. The guy he recommended we don't need a wife.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I never. Now as a woman is like almost what's it called? We have rights here, right?
Yeah, woman power. Right? Woman power.
Yes. A woman is like a mother, a wife, and a sister, a grandma, a lot.
We're everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And we make a baby inside of our stomach. we're the house of the baby. Yeah, the uterus. Without
here, people.
Without the uterus, nobody can be born.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We are a house of my. Oh man, your thought is so wonderful. I never thought like that.
Yeah, you need the seed. Without the seed, you can't make anything.
And wow, so many people is here. 7 followers here. They watch us. And now ጓደኞቼ you can hi ቹቻዬ እንዴት ነሽ የኔ ቆንጆ? So many people is here, Lydia.
I can tell you what we're eating. We're eating oatmeal with blueberries. So this
That's
is
very healthy.
This is oatmeal with some blueberries and some sourdough bread
with
butter.
No butter. What's that calling? Yeah, the veggie butter.
Veggie butter.
Veggie butter. Yeah. We
No dairy.
No. I told my woman, my housemate, I wanna go study with my friend because I couldn't handle it. I told her, huh? She's laughing. Yeah, I couldn't handle a lot of information. I was dying, you know. And she's laughing.
I need to meet her.
Yeah, I told her already. We can go walking. I want to bring her.
Yeah.
Thursday probably she's not in the house. She'll be go Capitalo. Maybe tomorrow.
Wednesday.
No, Wednesday I have shot.
Oh.
Tomorrow, maybe the weather is good. I will bring her tomorrow.
In the morning? Because my class is 12:30 to 2:45.
Maybe next time.
After my class at 3:00.
Yeah, after 3 o'clock I'm off 5.
Yeah.
5:30.
Then that's when you bring her. Yeah.
By that time when she won.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We can walk.
Yeah. Even you come.
See, they already came with us, walking in the hills.
Yeah,
We have a good time.
We have a good time. Do you remember we go on the hill. Tell them.
Yeah.
Tell them we go on the hill. And thank you for likes. Lara got I put the video here.
They like it.
Yeah.
Good.
They love it. But we don't have our face.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't have any faces for something like surprise, no one pay attention for watching.
Oh.
And we have 57 people only per week. Some of them, when I have like lifetime, when I have FaceTime, I have almost 100 per week. Not every day. It's a little, a few.
Can I send packages to somebody?
Okay.
Maybe I can send them something in the mail. The people who watch us. Maybe we can pick somebody's comment, and we can send them something beautiful.
Okay.
A beautiful mask, something nice for them.
I will send for my friend. She's the best. She know me in online, in lifetime. And when I bought my car, I don't have money, so she don't know me, and she give me money. She send me money for I borrow from her. Even she don't know me.
Nice.
Her name is Betty. She always follow me, and I really love her. You know, I have a lot of friends, not only her. And we have subscriber for one day, 800 people, because I was asking. My sister is sick, and I was thinking I can make money with YouTube. That's why I was thinking like during pandemic.
Yes.
But no money. They waste of your time. Only you can see your happiness in online with people. But she give me $400, and I send for poor kids to continue their education. I didn't use that money. Yeah.
Nice.
They have poor kids, like their moms like labor work. We don't have enough money to send them their children in school. And she give me, I just give another girl, she have a school. From this to $400 over there, 20,000.
$4?
400.
Oh, wow.
And I help like 30 students go back school.
So how much is $1 in your country? $1 of ours.
40.
It's 40 of yours? Oh, this is very good.
But we don't have money here. To get $100, you have to stand like a long time, right? In the work.
Oh, yes.
You have to live, you have to pay your rent, you have to pay your gas, you have to pay your bill.
Do they have to pay for the money if we send money to them in your country? Do they have to, if we send money for somebody, does it take a long time for them to get it?
No, just 1 day, 2 days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not hours? Doesn't take hours?
Because they take hours because our night and their night's different.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So maybe 1 day. It takes 1 day.
But how about in the mail? Do you send things in the mail to your family?
Too cost.
Yeah, too much? It's better to send money?
Better send money instead of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Stuff is cost more than one pound. Things they cost like 50.
Like if I wanted to send masks to some people.
That's $50 maybe, you know, it's not that much bad. 50?
It costs $50 to send one mask?
No. One mask?
Yeah.
No, one mask is not that much. Maybe 14. How? It's okay.
It doesn't want to.
No one. Hey, follow us. I said we are studying, but we are eating. We are still studying here on the book. I have a headache because of the assignment. Yeah, I hate this class. Oh my God, it's so stressful. I don't know how to pass even. History is the worst class for me.
I think because there's no connection still for you. But later, because look how many years for me to have a connection. Not until I was 49 did I like history. 49. So imagine if when I'm your age, I didn't care about history. Yeah, I'm not interested. But it matters the teacher who's teaching you.
She's not here. She only posts her stuff in the computer. She only
different.
posts.
If somebody is talking with you with so much excitement and they're very happy, it's different.
Yeah.
No more?
Oh, I'm full. I already eat my food.
Do you like my plate? The plate?
It's from Africa. Looks African face.
They're beautiful. It's a mother and son plate.
Oh, where?
Show the people.
This is a mother and
This is
plate.
one of my favorite plates. You have to get closer so they can see it.
What's this one?
It's a plate to demonstrate motherhood.
Here.
Yeah, it's a reflection of motherhood.
Really?
Yeah, like you're celebrating the relationship of mother and son.
Wow, they make plates. That's good.
Mother and son. Yeah. Because I have sons.
Aww. Oh, we don't have daughter.
You're my daughter.
I'm happy. Oh, thank you. You can put away. Where is my food? Oh, thank you, Lydia.
You're welcome.
We don't have time to talk. ይቅርታ ጓደኞቼ ላጠና ሂጄ ነው ሂስትሪ በጣም ከብዶኛል አልቻልኩትም አሜሪካን ሂስትሪ ስለዚህ we are studying history together. She can tell me what the meaning. I'm really happy እና ለዛ ነው ሄድኩት ከወደዳችሁ ላይ ካርጎ ካላርጋችሁ ሳል ለማስቆጠር ስለሆነ ምንም እንትን አትሉም ኮሜንታችሁን ስላላነበብኩ ዛሬ ይቅርታ አድርጉልኝ ኮሜንት አላነብም የኛን ስተዲና ምናነበውን ብቻ ነው የምትሰሙት እሺ thank you. All right, so we need to start this one, or we did already this one kitchen debate last night in the book, but this one I print out. That's also the part of the kitchen debate, but this one we have more detail. In the book, a little bit, but still the same for me. She posted. That's another stuff for I think this is the main point she posted. I think.
Main points.
We need to read it, do you think, or we need to finish the book? That's what I was talking about women.
Yeah, it is. I think it's a combination.
Yeah, exactly. So, this is also a combination of the we read last night.
So maybe you want to, I know that, but maybe you want to go ahead and turn off the recording because I don't know if they're going to follow reading all of this.
No, we don't have to read again. The last night we did already.
We didn't read all of it. We need to read the one for women.
Yes.
We're in the part for women. So we already read this part. Now we have to read the,
Changing economy.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. It's the part with women.
Changing economy already.
I already read this part. Women at work and at home.
Then he said we don't have a wife. But we have here.
Nixon said you don't need a wife. That was Nixon's comment.
So.
But now if I'm reading this part, I think it can be too boring for them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because if sometimes it's difficult for you to understand, maybe we don't want to record this for them. I don't know. I don't think. I mean, some people enjoy history, and if they do, they can always.
This is my channel.
Oh.
Yeah, this is my channel. Nobody's care about my channel.
But if they don't mind, then and you want to record it, that's fine.
Yeah.
I can read.
We can read this. This is a combination of this. This is talking women's rights also, I think.
Okay.
I thought,
major problems in American history. Okay. Let me see.
Oh, looks great. Why do you put in your mouth?
Oh, that's my mask.
Yeah, like you looks different. Like
Arab
and purple flower. The purple flower in your face.
Oh, it wasn't a purple flower. It was. It's just it was just the mask. But
I see.
I'll have to. I'm just recording.
Okay.
Okay.
I can listen.
Its bedrock is the concept of a man as an end in himself. But violent pressures are constantly battering away at his concept, reducing man once again to subordinate status, limiting his range of choice, obliterating his responsibility and returning him to his primitive status of anonymity in the social group. I think you can be more helpful in identifying, isolating, and combating these pressures, this virus, than you perhaps realize. Let me put it this way. Individualism has promoted technological advances. Technology promoted increased specialization, and specialization promoted an even closer economic interdependence between specialities. Thus, this typical Western man or typical woman husband operates well in the realm of means, as the realm did before him. But outside his specialty, in the realm of ends, he is apt to operate poorly or not at all. And this neglect of the civilization of more mature value can only mean that his life and the life of the society he determines will lack valid purpose, however busy and even profitable it may be. And here's where you come in. To restore valid, meaningful purpose to life in your home, to be aware of your instinctive group reaction to the forces which play upon you, and yours to watch for the arrest, the constant gravitational pulls to which we are all exposed. Your work-a-day husband, especially in our specialized, fragmented society, that tends to widen the breach between reason and emotion, between means and ends. Women, especially educated women, have a unique opportunity to influence us, man and boy, and to play a direct part in the unfolding drama of our free society. But I am told that nowadays the young wife or mother is short of time for such subtle art, that things are not what they used to be, that once immersed in the very pressing and particular problems of domesticity, many women feel frustrated and far apart from the great issues and stirring debates for which their education has given them understanding and relish. Once you read Baudelaire, now it is the consumer's guide. Once you wrote poetry, now it's the laundry list. Once they discussed art and philosophy until late in the night, now they are so tired they fall asleep as soon as the dishes are finished. There is often a sense of concentration, a contraction of closing horizons and lost opportunities. They had hoped to play their part in the crisis of the age. The point is that whether we talk of Africa, Islam, or Asian women, never has it so good. Never had it so good as you do. And in spite of the difficulties of domesticity, you have a way to participate actively in the crisis, in addition to keeping yourself and those about you straight on the difference between means and ends, mind and spirit, reason and emotion, not to mention keeping your man straight on the difference between Botticelli and Chianti. Botticelli and Chianti.
What does that mean? I think this one is like talking
Chianti
about...
is a type of wine, and they're saying, and Botticelli is somebody's name. He's a singer. Mm-hmm. So I think they're saying that the woman's life has changed now, okay, with the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Exactly.
How before a woman was just told to clean her house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
even here.
Yeah, in many places, right?
Yeah.
Number 3, good housekeeping. Every executive needs a perfect wife.
The guy
1956.
Oh,
no.
1956, okay.
And they're talking about that a man,
yeah.
1956, that a man, in order, if he's an executive,
Mm-hmm.
a high official, like a person that, a man
Mm-hmm.
who is successful,
Yeah.
he needs to have a perfect wife. If he
Oh.
doesn't have a perfect wife, then he needs to get rid of that one that's not perfect and get a different one.
Wow.
Because the wife has to be perfect. Tomorrow your husband gets his big break. He's going to be interviewed for a key position that will be the turning point in his career. If he gets the job, to be sure, the decision will be based primarily
I think that's
primarily on the husband's personality and qualifications. But more and more these days, the decision also hinges on what the boss-to-be thinks of the man's wife. We employers realize how often the wrong wife can break the right man. This doesn't mean that the wife is necessarily wrong for the man, but that she is wrong for the job. On the other hand, more often than is realized, the wife is the chief factor in the husband's success in his career. In the first place, she has a very definite effect on the man's spirit. If a man has a peevish, nagging wife, if she is jealous and possessive, if she is lazy or overambitious or extravagant, that man is going to be unhappy. And his unhappiness will interfere with his concentration on his job. In the case of an important executive, this lack of concentration can affect the outcome of a business, a conference. It may even kill a profitable deal. What do we look for in a wife? Here are 6 qualities that impress us most, and how a wife rates on these goes a long way in determining whether her husband gets the job or that next promotion. Number 1, a good wife is friendly. She smiles easily. She is pleasant to be with. She has many friends whom she entertains within her means, but she is careful to prevent social activities from interfering with her husband's rest, health, and efficiency. A good wife is part of her community. She is interested in the town, planning, local government, school conditions, church activities in her community. She's a goodwill ambassador for her husband. A good wife's primary interest in her husband, her home, her children. There may be many successful and happily married women, doctors, lawyers, artists, musicians, writers, and the like. But I believe that being the wife of an executive is a full-time job in itself. A good wife is there when her husband needs her. She must be at his as a sounding board. He must be able to listen patiently without giving advice. She must have the knack of commenting without interfering. Sometimes it may be necessary for her to make sacrifices for the sake of her husband and his business career. She cannot be free to do this if she is dedicated to a career of her own. Of course, it is impossible to discover whether or not a woman has all of these plus qualities in just one meeting. If we must make an immediate decision, we do the best we can. Our safeguard is that even more important than what a good wife is what she is not. And here is surprisingly easy to form a judgment on short notice. Real troublemakers are fairly easy to spot. Here are the main types. Number 1, the complaining woman. The weather's bad. The child was cranky tonight. The waiter is sloppy. The food is cold. I know immediately that she is a nag. Sometimes she doesn't actually complain much, but she doesn't smile much either. And her sour expression gives her away. A nagging wife is a millstone around the neck of any man. She's a nuisance at home, and she consumes time on the telephone every day.
So I have a question for this. This message for me, the woman makes better than man. You know, the man he have like caring. You know, he don't have his idea. She always support him for this.
But in this case, what they want you to know, is the kind of woman that they believe is going to be useful for a man in a powerful position.
Can I write down? Yeah, this one is the most important. Or we need to finish first.
No, you can write it if you want.
Yeah.
So so this is how I break it down. Okay, I would write important right here. Important points that
to be a good
determine what qualifications
to be a good wife, or
on being a good wife, and we're going to put this in quotations.
Yes.
For an executive
man,
or CEO, you know, of a company, a big company, right? Successful, I want to say successful successful man. Okay? So their expectations, okay?
Yeah.
These are expectations to be a good wife,
Yeah.
you know, of this kind of a person.
Also,
They look at the woman. Before they're going to give the job to the man, they're going to have an interview.
His wife interview or man?
No, they tell the man, you know what?
Yeah.
We want to interview you about a position. But before we do this, we want to go to dinner with you. Bring your wife. They say that on purpose. The man doesn't understand. He thinks he's wearing a suit, he's dressing up.
Yeah.
He's going to bring the wife. But the people don't understand that there's a reason, psychological reason, why the company tells the man to bring the wife. Because if they see that the wife is a good person, they know he's going to do a good job. If they see that the wife has a problem, maybe she's going to be
He's gonna be disturbed and he doesn't focus his job. That's what I thought. Okay.
Well, or maybe he's gonna be upset because maybe the wife. So they want to see what kind of a wife is she gonna be. So they said the wife has to be friendly. Number one. Okay. So if let's say they're going to meet, I'm the boss and I'm interviewing you, and you're bringing, pretend we're men, and you're gonna bring your wife, right?
Yeah.
So if you bring the wife and I'm meeting her and I say, oh, it's nice to meet you, and she's looking at me like, I don't really want to touch his hand. I don't know. Maybe she's going to make a face. She's not going to smile.
He said a lot of talk even.
So a good wife is friendly. She smiles.
I can write down that or no?
You could say friendly. So these are points. Okay, so she has a lot of friends. So you could say she smiles. You can put smiles. A good wife is part of the community. So she's
like easily smiles even?
Just smiles. Just put smiles.
Smiles.
A good wife is a part of her community. She's volunteer. She's a volunteer in the community.
In the church, they said, a good wife.
She's interested in what her husband does.
A good wife is?
Volunteers. You just have to put, right now you don't have to write big sentence. You just put one word. Volunteers, so she volunteers. And she cares about her community. So she's active in community. That's what you would say. Active in the community.
She's caring about
her husband. She takes care. Her interest is in her husband and her home and her children.
Community, and you said she
is her number one interest is her husband and her children and her home. Number one interest, her husband.
Okay, she is in active.
Active means volunteer.
Oh, that's it.
That's why you don't have to do that.
Okay.
That's why it's just, when you're making notes, you just do a couple of words. You don't have to do a whole sentence.
Number one, you said? Number one?
Number one is already here.
Friendly.
Yeah. So you have that. And let me see. You did volunteers. And number one, interest in husband. Because the husband always has to be number one. Of course, he's a man. Interested in the husband. Number one is always the man wants to be the center of attention. Okay. The husband, the children.
Yeah, just the children is important.
And the home. Now, if it was me, I would put first my children, then my husband. But everybody is different. Yeah. I mean, of course, I'm going to, without the husband, you can't have the children. So, yeah.
Okay.
So what they're trying to say here is how important it is to have a good wife.
Yeah,
because if they see the wife, oh, she's a good person, she's going to be supportive of her husband, then we want to hire him because we want these people. It's moved.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'll fix it. Okay.
We want this relationship to last many years. So that's why they look at the wife.
Wow.
When they're going to hire the man.
But Nixon yesterday, the vice president, he's wrong.
No.
He said we have a robot, they clean the house. That's not good.
That's a different,
yeah,
that's a different concept. He's talking about something else. Yesterday, this is different now.
Woman, okay. That's
This
a
one-
woman responsibility.
This one, they're just talking about why it's important when they're going to give a promotion to the man, why it's important that he bring a wife. They're not really, when the company is asking, bring your wife to dinner, right there, they want to know more about the wife. They like the man already, but now they want to know, is the wife going to be good? They're investigating because they want to see, is this relationship going to work for the company? We're going to invest in this man that we like so much.
Yeah, that's
If
why
we
I
like
said-
him, are we going to like the wife? Because many times you can like one person, but maybe not the other.
I see.
And because it's a marriage, it's a package. So if you can't get along with the wife too, then they're going to wait and hire somebody that they can both like. You know what I mean?
I see.
They don't want to just like the husband. They have to like the wife too. And if she's not good for the company, they're going to say, forget it. I'm sorry. She's a mess. We can't hire this man.
Yeah, that's why they're telling us.
So now,
Yeah.
they want to talk about what a woman shouldn't do. Okay? So if they're going to meet the wife, a woman should never complain. They don't want a woman to complain.
Okay.
Okay? So this is where they talk about. Okay? Of course, it isn't possible to discover whether or not a woman has all of these plus qualities in just one meeting. If we must make an immediate decision, we do the best we can. Our safeguard is that even more important than what is a good wife, it is what she is not. So more important than being a good wife, they want to see what is it that's wrong about her. What is she not? Okay? So that's even more important than her good points.
I see.
Because if her bad points are worse than her good points, it doesn't matter. Even if she's friendly. If there's other things, even if she has all of these good points, but if she has any of these other things that are negative, then it's worse. So this is what they're saying. If the woman complains about the weather, oh, it's bad, about children, about the waiter, you know, when they are coming to get the dinner, and they said, oh, I don't like that man. Or look at the way he looked at me. Or he didn't even get me my water. Didn't I say to you to get me water? Or didn't I say with no ice? You know? So
it's kind of bossy for when she getting dinner.
If,
she's not nice for the server.
If she's not going to be nice around common people, then how is she going to be in a business for the husband that's going to get the promotion? Okay? So sometimes she doesn't actually complain much, but she doesn't smile. So is she going to be smiling a lot? Or is she just going to have like a look like this? Always looking sad and miserable. So it matters. You know, because she's in the public.
Yeah, for example, in this country, when you have an interview, you have to see directly, like eye contact.
Right.
But our country culture is different. You have to see like this when somebody talks to you.
But they also want to see, okay, if they invite the husband and the wife is there, and she's on her phone the whole time, or she's taking pictures of herself. Oh, can we? Or maybe she's going to want to record the. No, not in your case. This is different. Okay. But imagine if she said, "Oh, can we put us on TikTok? You know, can we do this?"
Really, they have
and they're doing a meeting. No, that's not acceptable. I don't think that they're going to like that.
Even now, when you have a tattoo in here around your face, nobody's hiring you.
So there's a lot of things to think about, right?
And so, also, if you just naked part, if you post on Instagram or Facebook, when you put naked, they investigate.
Well, maybe too the way the woman dresses. Let's say she's dressing and she's showing her cleavage. Cleavage is when you're showing part of your breast. So imagine if she's coming to dinner and the man is all dressed in suits and she's dressed in a dress that is showing everything here. Maybe they're not going to like this. So they will say, you know, that's not professional. It's or maybe the way she looks her makeup too. So it says nagging her husband while he is at work. A complaining woman can toss a cloud over the brightest of days and the brightest of men. The dominating woman, she knows it all. From what a man should eat to how he should run his business.
Wow.
So they want to see if when they go to the restaurant, is the woman going to order for the man? Or is the man going to order for the woman? How are they going to relate? Are they going to argue as a couple in front of the people?
The guy.
So if they start to argue, what do you think? He's going to get the job or no?
No,
He's not going to. So they want to see these things.
Wow, this kind of investigation is very hard.
Unwanted advice is offered free of charge for everything and anything. She shows up at her husband's office regularly. So what kind of a woman is going to go into the job of the husband and complain? Oh, you didn't pick up your socks. Or, oh, I didn't like the way you threw your pants on the floor. I mean, it will be very sad. She can ruin her husband's career in just one evening. When I hire a man, I want to know that he will do his job, not his wife. It's his judgment I rely on, not others. The dominating woman is easiest to spot and the hardest to control. She's antenna to me. She's an antonym to me. The wife...
What does the antonym?
I don't even know what it means.
Yeah,
I have to ask Siri.
Oh, it's okay, don't worry. We can ask later, yeah.
But we need to.
Exactly.
The wife in a rut. This pathetic little creature is just one of her element. She is a self-cautious, nervous, and awkward. Her taste in clothes is usually pretty bad. See, they're talking about the clothes.
You told
Her
me
conversation centers on babies, how to wash the kitchen floor. 10 or 15 years ago, she may have been the pretty little girl on Maple Street. Her husband has become a man of the world, but she is still on Maple Street. It hurts to discover that a good man has married the wrong woman, but he still deserves a chance. It may be more cautious about the position I give him, watch him more closely, advance him more slowly, give him more help than he needs. But if he can keep his wife successfully under control, he can keep his job.
I see.
So they're talking about the kind of woman they really don't want for the man that they want to hire. Sometimes they will. If they like the man so much, then they're going to
advise.
But maybe they will advise the husband not to bring her to parties. You know, maybe they will tell him. Maybe they'll say, look, we like you, but your wife, she's crazy. Maybe don't bring her to certain parties. Because if she's a drinker, suppose they invite him for lunch and the lady orders like a vodka or who knows, some strong drink. They're going to say, oh, what is she going to do if they go to a party with other business people? Is she going to dance on the table? What is she going to do? So, so they have to be cautious. Same thing with a woman if she has a husband who's drinking or obnoxious.
So to me, it's a lot of risk for women by that time,
But at that time,
she don't have our freedom.
Yeah, she doesn't. In the 59, this was all about the woman. The man never had to worry about that because the woman was supposed to, her job, she didn't have a job. Her job was to take care of her husband. That was her job.
Kids and the home. Blah, blah.
First, her husband, then the children, then the house. So that was her job, her responsibility. And she didn't get paid for it.
No.
It was just an understanding. This is what is expected of you. This is what you're supposed to do. I'm working, so you have to make sure everything is taken care of in the house.
Even if she's begging to make a dinner. I hear one book when I read, she's begging money from him. He doesn't give for a woman well, but he needs a dinner when he come back. That's a lot of risk for her. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
No,
have many,
but some men are mean and they don't want to give the money. Well, how is she going to make the dinner if she doesn't have money?
Exactly, but he complain when he come back work. She's all day, the wife is all day in the house. She take care of their kids. She clean up the house. She does the dishwasher and clothes, laundry. After that, he came. She don't have money. When she ask him, she's begging all the time. He's not happy to give money for her. Yeah. I hear some parts.
Well, then he needs to order the food so that it can come to the house since he doesn't want to give her the money. Yeah. But he does have to buy the groceries. I mean, he has to do something. You have to come out with the money.
Drink water.
Yeah. So, so far, you understand the major problems in American history.
Yes, yeah, I understand. I saw the woman is always down, under control by men or by company even. She don't have freedom. That's why my understanding.
Mm-hmm. So Life magazine identifies in 1959 the new teenage market. They realized that teenagers, they can make a lot of propaganda for the teenagers. Okay, and they realized this in 1959. To some people, the vision of leggy adolescent happy squealing over the latest fancy presents from daddy is just another example of the way teenagers are spoiled to death these days. And so in those days, they're saying in 1959, because a lot of things are discovered, right?
Mm-hmm.
The TV.
Yeah, the TV, technology, space science, a lot of things. We have
right.
a video. Mm-hmm.
And also food, right? McDonald's,
yeah,
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
So now they expect a lot from dad. The children too.
Oh,
buy me this toy, buy me that, buy me this. Everybody wants,
mm-hmm.
because dad is the one working, right?
Yeah.
In those days, the woman is very rare. Some women are working,
mm-hmm.
but it's very rare. Mm-hmm. They don't want the woman to think that they're supposed to work, because then the home is going to be destroyed. Yeah, the woman has to stay home and take care of the husband, the children, mm-hmm. and the house. But to a growing number of businessmen, the picture spells out the profit that American teenagers have emerged as a big-time consumer in the U.S. economy. So now business people that
mm-hmm.
want to make money, they realize, oh my gosh, if we start promoting to the young kids, they're going to bother their parents, and the parents are going to be buying whatever the kids want because they don't want to listen to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
They come home, they're tired. They don't want to keep listening to the kids say, buy me this toy, buy me this toy.
Mm-hmm.
So what are they going to do? Buy the toy. Because they don't want to hear the kids complaining.
Yeah, even when they buy more stuff or for kids.
It's never enough.
Even they work more, you know?
They have to work more. Because the toys are more expensive all
mm-hmm.
the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Today, the toy for a child is a telephone.
Yeah, exactly.
And, $700,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or $300, whatever. But it's
expensive
$700,
phone. Yeah, because they
anywhere
have a lot
from
of
$300 to $700
mm-hmm.
is going to be for a phone, okay?
Wow.
And, okay, so the U.S. economy realizes, oh my gosh,
mm-hmm.
promoting for children is a good business.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's a good business.
So we're going to do this,
That's
okay?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to try and make sure that we understand teenagers, even though teenagers don't have a right to vote, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They spend more and have more spend on them, and they have minds of their own about what they want. The time is past when a boy's chief possession was his bike, and a girl's party wardrobe consisted of a fancy dress worn with a string of dime store pearls. What depression-breeded parents may still think of as luxuries are looked on as necessities by their offspring. So, in other words, like the parents, they thought it was a luxury. You can tell me what you think was a luxury for the parents, and today it's a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think that could be? For them, it was a luxury to have it.
Because, now...
But which item do you think in the days of your parents, what item do we have today that at that time was luxury?
TV, car.
TV, number one. TV was a luxury.
Yeah.
Only rich people would have a box TV inside of their house that they can see what is happening in the world.
Even car.
So now, kids, they think, you must be ridiculous that we don't have a TV,
mm-hmm.
right?
Exactly.
What kid is going to look at the... Maybe as soon as a baby's born, they're going to say, get a TV. Who knows?
Of course.
As soon as the baby comes out,
they say someday when they go like a movie theater or they saw, we need to have our house. They took their parents too. We have to buy this for our house. They said that.
Yeah, you're the parent. Give me this. Give me that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to give me everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
now it's necessary because we need to go driving work, go far away. The TV even you have to listen the news. Also you can search the job. This is very important now.
Yes.
Necessity. Before that, the luxury. There's a small community. You can work, you can use the animal to travel. So not that much far.
Now it's considered, even a car was at that time a luxury.
Yeah.
Now it's a necessity.
Exactly.
Yeah. So a lot of people think, oh, I'm not going to go on a bus. I'm not going to walk.
Even telephone. It's necessary right now.
Yeah. Some people think it's a necessity, to have a cell phone.
Yeah.
A cell phone. But really, people have phones in their houses. But a lot of people don't want it. They want the convenience of being able to have a
To
phone
see
everywhere they go.
The YouTube, to see the news.
But because they want it everywhere they go.
Also,
they want it now. They don't want the telephone that's in the house.
Even you can put what's calling...
what I don't understand is why don't we have a phone that you could put in the house and a cell phone. 2 in 1, you know? The phone that can be connected for landline and out.
Oh.
Both ways.
Okay.
Today, teenagers surround themselves with a fantastic array of garnish. Garnish is an often expensive babbles and amusements. They own 10 million phonographs. 10 million. That's a record player. Okay.
Wow.
Over 1 million TV sets. 13 million cameras. Nobody knows how much parents spend on them for an actual necessity, or to what extent teenagers act as hidden persuaders on their parents' overbuying habit, counting only what is spent to satisfy their special teenage demands. The youngsters and their parents will shout out $10 billion this year.
This year
$1 billion more.
By that time, 2015,
1959.
Wow.
That was 10 billion this year, $1 billion more than the total sales of GM.
What does GM means?
General Motors.
Oh, car.
Contemporaries are of source of direction for the individual, either those known to him or those with whom he is indirectly acquainted, through friends and through the mass media. This source is, of course, internalized, in the sense that dependency on it for guidance in life is implanted early. The goals towards which the other direct person strives shifts with that guidance. It is only the process of striving itself and the process of paying close attention to the signals from others that remain unaltered throughout life. This mode of keeping in touch with others permits a close behavioral conformity, not through drill in the behavior itself, as in the tradition-directed character, but rather through an exceptional sensitivity to the actions and wishes of others. In this charge of parental attitude, the mass media of communication plays a dual role. From the mass media, radio, movies, comics, as well as from their own peers, children can easily learn what the norm of parental behavior is and hold it over their parents' head. Despite the diminution of this authority, the parents still try to control matters, but with the loss of self-assurance, their technique change. They can neither hold themselves up as exemplars when both they and the children know better, nor resort in good consciousness to sever corporal punishment and deprivation. At most, there are token spankings, with only physical warfare conformed to the lower class. The parents' recourse, especially in the upper middle class, is to personal methods, to manipulation in the form of reasoning, or more accurately, of rationalizing. The child's response in the same manner. One might summarize the historical sequence of saying that the traditional directed child propitiates his parents. The inner direct child fights or succumbs to them. The other directed child manipulates them and is in turn manipulated. Okay, so right here what they're talking about is how the generation of your parents has changed to the generation of yours. Okay? So, in other words, when I was younger, my parents never asked me, what do you want? They would give me whatever they wanted. Okay? So, the generation of mine is, I ask my children, what do you want?
I
see. So, there the generation changes. I'm sure in your home you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you know, that there's a lot of people, like my parents and my parents' parents, they never ask the children, what do you want?
Yeah, that...
Because you don't have the right to tell me what you want.
Yes.
I'm only going to give you what I can give you.
Because, you know, depend of your income, you know.
I don't think it even matters. I think it's the mindset, you know. I think in those days, the child is little. He doesn't know what he wants. We have to tell them. So we're the teachers. We have to tell them. But now, when you get educated and life changes and a lot of people go around giving everything to their children, then maybe us, we change our mind. We see everybody giving whatever the children want.
Mm-hmm.
Now we feel bad. We have to be like the community. We have to be like the society.
Mm-hmm.
If all of the neighbors are giving these toys to their children, we have to give it to them too.
Okay.
Even if we don't want to. Sometimes
Yeah.
we start to think, maybe I'm not right to not ask my child what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So first, everybody in the same generation, they didn't ask the child, what do you want? They said, this is what you're going to get.
Yes.
You're going to
Yeah.
get this.
Yeah.
And before too, you speak bad to me, I'm going to give you a spanking, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And now, because everybody's saying, oh my God, they're spanking the child. It's terrible.
Yeah.
So now nobody's supposed to spank a child.
Yeah, you have
You
to
know?
go to jail.
So
in here.
and now the child is talking bad to the parent.
Exactly.
Now the child is saying, I'm going to spank you, you know?
Mhm, yeah.
And sometimes they do. They spank the parents, and the parents
Good.
don't do nothing.
No good.
Yeah.
This is not good
So-
culture. Our culture is still the same. The parents, they kick you when you do something.
Oh, that's
Oh,
not
yeah,
good.
that's same. They
Yeah.
they abuse their kids, some rural area especially. So we don't have to right to talk bad for their
Yeah.
parents.
I mean, I still don't
In
talk
the
bad.
city, in the city it's fine, but outside, they are strict. Well, what's called
Yeah.
strict parents. Like,
Yeah. I mean, to this day, if my mom says something, I cannot talk back to her. I mean, I can, but I don't want to do that because you
Yeah.
have to be respectful.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
But I know that there's a lot of teenagers today, they say bad words to their parents.
Exactly.
You know?
Very
I
bad.
hear this a lot.
Even
So-
when they brought in our store to buy for like graduation shoes for them, they're not respectful. They just hit like like they looks mean for their parents. Their parents do for them,
And their parents are buying them expensive shoes, and they're still not happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because a lot of times...
So I can't say this one is to summarize. I can say have the generation change here.
Well, this is, America, it says, the one-directed person strive shift with that guidance. So the whole society changed because communities changed.
Okay.
Inside the community, inside the houses, everybody's attitude is changing.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people, once a lot of people think the same, everybody changes because they don't want to feel different
By this time.
from the society. They don't want to feel different. So it's called the post-war boom, affluence and anxiety. So the people that are, the anxiety comes from the poor people. The poor people feel bad because they can't give their children, like the rich people, whatever.
I see.
So what happens? The poor people are anxious. So now they're not working just to put food in their mouth of the children. They're trying to give them even presents that they don't even have. So now
Enough
the
money.
parents, they don't have enough money maybe to buy themselves clothes, but they will always do whatever they can to make sure their children have good clothes, right?
Exactly. That's
So-
why they do. Some
Parents,
Yeah.
some parents, because some parents don't care about their children, right?
Exactly.
You have good and bad in everything,
Yeah.
you know. But I think more important than giving all of these things to your children,
Mm-hmm.
the one thing that I can tell you why the world doesn't function well,
Mm-hmm.
because they don't give their children love.
Just
If you don't give your children love, then they're always going to be lost. If you put down your children,
Mhm.
say bad words to them, make them feel bad
Mhm.
about themselves,
Mm-hmm.
they're never going to be okay. Even if you give them all these beautiful things,
I see.
if you don't say you love them, you're just giving them things.
Okay.
That's not going to do anything. You have to love your children.
That's
You have
amazing.
to show them. Yeah, I think that's a message. But affluence and anxiety, remember, they're just talking about the shift in this period in 1959. Okay? Number 8, Michael Harrington unveils the other America outside of suburbia in 1961.
Mm-hmm.
There is a familiar America. It is celebrated in speeches, advertised on television, and in the magazines. It has the highest mass standard of living the world has ever known. Okay? So, obviously, it's going to be a different kind of America because when they talk speeches in 1961, they make it sound like everything's perfect in America.
By
We
that
know
time-
it's not true.
Oh.
Even today, right?
Yeah.
Every time people talk about America, everybody thinks it's perfect here.
No.
You come here, automatically everything will be beautiful.
Yeah.
Everything is perfect. It's not true. We don't
That
live.
tells them
Yeah, we
about
don't
it.
live in a bubble.
Uh-huh.
TV is very different than our life. Okay.
Exactly.
So even though you think that everything is perfect here, but we're not on TV. You know.
Can
So
you explain for this one, because I need to like message for my family also. This one is not true, right? You are right.
it isn't true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only
So. So this is called The Other America, and so out. See, Michael Harrington.
We need to quote this. Do you think we can quote like yesterday?
Okay, this is Michael Harrington. Unveils. So unveils means he's saying the truth.
Saying the truth.
The truth.
Okay.
The truth. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's called The Other America.
Oh.
So maybe he's gonna say the truth, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And this is outside, Suburbia, 1961. Outside. Suburbia.
What is the
Suburbia is people who live not in the city, out in the ranches, in the beautiful homes,
like
okay?
the mountain. Like
Well, people who have money, because you have property, you live outside. So this is considered a suburb, Dublin, okay?
Yeah.
Dublin is a suburb. It's not like San Francisco.
No.
It's not like San Jose.
Oakland.
So it's not like Oakland. Yeah, so this is a suburb.
Okay.
Yeah, Dublin is a suburb.
Okay.
San Ramon is a suburb.
Salomon and
Pleasanton
Pleasanton
is a suburb, okay? There is a familiar America. It is celebrated in speeches, advertised on television, and in the magazine. It has the highest mass standard of living the world has ever known. In the 50s, this America worried about itself. Yet even its anxieties were products of abundance. The title of a brilliant book was a widely misinterpretation. And the familiar America began to call itself the Affluent Society. Okay? Affluent Society, what does this mean?
Affluent Society.
That's what they called themselves. Okay?
Wow.
They called themselves.
The Affluent Society.
What is Affluent Society? Tell me.
Affluent Society means like they have luxury lives and lifestyle. Like they are unique. Themselves.
Affluent Society are the people who have money.
Oh.
Affluent means money. Okay?
That's money?
Affluent.
Okay.
Affluent means you have money. Okay? And most people who live in a suburb, like here, have money. Okay?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Not
you have to
true.
have money. No, it's not true because you live with other people.
Exactly.
But let's face it, if you live here, if it's your home, you do have money.
Exactly.
You can pretend you don't, but you do have money. That you don't go around telling people, hey, look at my bank statement. That's different. Nobody's going to do that, you know? But you have money.
Okay.
You have more than someone who doesn't, right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
You never know. Have opportunity.
There was introspection about Madison Avenue. Okay, so Madison Avenue is a very famous avenue where all the people are rich. Okay? And tail fins. There was discussion of an emotional suffering taking place in the suburbs. In all this, there was an implicit assumption that the basic grinding economic problems that have been solved in the United States in this theory, the nation's problems were no longer a matter of basic human needs of food, shelter, and clothing. Now they were seen as quantitative, a question of learning to live decently amidst the luxury.
Wow, I see. They bother them. The poor people bother them. They don't think the affluent people, society.
No. They're talking about their own problems that the people in the affluent society have made. Okay? The own problems they're creating. Because they are creating more problems. Because the more you have, the more it's never enough.
Oh, I
That's
can't say that's the example.
That is an example.
Okay.
Because it's never going to be enough. Imagine if you come into someone's closet and the closet is the size of my living room.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
That's
that's a
true.
closet,
Yeah.
and it's full of shoes.
Even for rich,
Yeah,
people,
so-
we have a lot. Even.
Yeah.
You have
So-
a lot.
So imagine if somebody has this kind, and then they come with you and go to the store and they say, I need shoes. Do you really think they need shoes?
No.
If they have a room full of shoes?
Yeah.
No. They can give these shoes to all the people who don't have any.
Exact. That's how I
So, so you know what I mean? This is by overdoing it, overemphasizing. It's overuse.
Okay.
Right? Excessive.
Excessive.
Okay. Now they were seen as quantitative, a question of learning to live decently amidst the luxury. While this discussion was carried on, there existed another America, in it dwelled somewhere between 40 million and 50 million citizens in this land. They were poor. So imagine if those people are poor, and they still are poor.
She's like something mentioned this one to write down. I think I need to write down.
Yeah, it says, while this discussion was carried on, there exists another America. In it dwelt somewhere between 40 million and 50 million citizens of this land. They were poor, and they still are. Meaning that even though you have your suburbs where you have people that are very rich, you have people that are very poor.
I see.
But they don't talk about those people.
But, so I can say bad.
Affluent society,
yeah.
Okay, where 40 to 50, oh wait a minute, and this is million, I think.
Million, billion.
1, 2, no, it's 50 million.
And 40 million.
It's 40, it is million. 40 million to 50 million. Are poor and still are.
What does that still are?
Meaning today.
Oh, I see.
And that day. And I would think more this now that we're in 2000 and
because sometimes life is expensive, population is like more adding. So
no, but they probably have a lot of other people that live with them to even be able to survive, because they want to be impressed. They want to be like the rich people, even though they can't. Remember, maybe those people, the reason that they live there is because other people have given them money. You know, like their family died and they left the estate.
Oh.
So then they have other people.
They think like this?
Well, some people do. Some people leave people money.
Yeah.
But
some
you're
people
just holding on.
Safety even. Safety.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, sometimes safety is important too, right? When you live in a nice place, if you don't have money, that's good for your life. I think that's what I was expecting.
Well, sometimes. To be sure, the other America is not impoverished in the same sense as those poor nations where millions cling to hunger as a defense against starvation. This country has escaped such extremes. That does not change the fact that tens of millions of Americans are at this very moment maimed in body and spirit, existing at levels beneath those necessary for human decency. If these people are not starving, they are hungrier and sometimes fat with hunger. For that is what cheap foods do. They are without adequate housing, education, and medical care. The government has documented what this means to the bodies of the poor, and the figures will be cited throughout this book. But even more basic, this poverty twists and deforms the spirit. The American poor are pessimistic and defeated, and they are victimized by the mental suffering to a degree unknown in suburbia. The millions who are poor in the U.S. tend to become increasingly invisible. Here is a great mass of people, yet it takes an effort of the intellect and will even to see them. Okay, so now when they're talking about people in suburbia that they live in suburbia like me, but I'm in low-income housing, so I'm considered a poor person. But even though I can honestly say to you, I have a different opinion of what is poor. Okay?
Yeah.
When I think of a poor person, I think of someone that lives in another country who doesn't even have a house that they can live in, right?
Exactly.
So I'm considered a person who's in the suburb, because I live here in the suburb, but I'm in a program, okay?
Yes.
So I'm considered those people. that even though we live in the suburb, there's lots of us.
Yes.
I'm not the only person. More than, 40
even the
to
rich
50
people,
million.
Even the rich people took this kind of house to save their money. You know that? Sometimes they did. Like older.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can get in a lot of trouble. And
I know.
maybe because I always want to do things the right way,
Mm-hmm.
so I tell them everything that I make. Whatever money that I have.
But some people, they do like
But some
that.
people do lie.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
for example, when you have a mom, when that kids is rich, and they go join their mom's house, that's why she told me, my friend.
Oh, okay.
San Ramon,
Mm-hmm.
in San Ramon, around the apartment, like DVC, around DVC,
Oh, yeah.
she have mother-in-law, she got the house, and they're all kids, they go over there. That's allowed only.
I know in
senior.
DVC, they have apartments over there for people who are older. My friend lives there.
Exactly. But their kids live with her grandma.
Oh, wow.
Yes. When I go to rent, when I ask them, oh, these houses, this apartment, only 65.
Yeah,
It's
because
only
only
my
there,
fault.
it's only
But
55
they
and
have
older.
small kids over there.
Wow.
It's not that, I see the kids.
Yeah.
What they do over there. It's
Yeah.
from India, from Afghanistan. They have inside. I saw them. The kids, I saw them.
Oh, wow.
How the kids over there living with grandma. You never know.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So
I'm too honest. I
Yeah.
don't like
I
to
see.
lie.
I see. No problem. Yeah, me too. Lying is not good for everybody.
The millions who are poor in the U.S. tend to become increasingly invisible. Here is a great mass of people, yet it takes an effort of the intellect and, well, even to see them. There are perennial reasons that make the other America an invisible land. Poverty is often off of the beaten track. It always has been. The ordinarily tourist never left the main highway, and today he rides interstate turnpikes. He does not go into the valley of Pennsylvania where the towns look like movie sets of Wales in the 30s. He does not see the company house in rows, the rut roads. The poor always have been bad roads, whether they live in the city, in town, or on farms, and everything is black and dirty. Now, the America City...
What? What did they say?
It says, the poor always have bad roads, whether they live in the city or town or on farms, and everything is black and dirty.
What does that mean? Like, for black people it's dirty? That's the
No,
message?
no. They just mean that it's either black, because let's face it, when people talk about black, they talk about a color that is not supposed to be good.
Oh,
So-
I see. Darkness, maybe.
Darkness.
I see.
So they're talking about the color, not the people.
Okay.
And it does have a negative connotation.
Okay.
But let's face it, I think when you wear dark clothes or black clothes,
Yeah,
it can
somebody's
look
guy
elegant.
out. Yeah.
No, it can look elegant because in the evening,
Mm-hmm.
when people go to a dinner, they said wear formal wear.
Mm-hmm.
Formal wear sometimes means a black,
Yeah.
a man has to have a black and white suit, and an elegant. I've seen weddings where it's black and white.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah, I
So I think it just matters in the way that people take it.
Okay.
Now, and the America City has been transformed. The poor still inhabit the miserable housing in the central area, but they are increasingly isolated from contact with or sight of anybody else. Middle-class women coming in from suburbia on a rare trip may catch the merest glimpse of the other America on the way to an evening at the theater, but their children are segregated in suburban schools. The business or professional man may drive along the fringes of slums in a car or a bus, but it is not an important experience to him. The failure, the unskilled, the disabled, the aged, and the minorities are right there across the tracks where they have always been, but hardly anyone else is. Clothing makes the poor invisible too. America has the best dressed poverty the world has ever known. For a variety of reasons, the benefits of mass production have been spread much more evenly in the area than in any others. It is much easier in the U.S. to be decently dressed than it is to be decently housed, fed, or doctored. Even people with terribly depressed incomes can look prosperous. Do you agree or not?
I agree.
What they're saying is that even though people are very poor, a lot of them do care how they dress. right?
Yes.
And they want to dress the nice.
Yes.
So they will invest a lot of money in their clothes.
Yeah, more than the rich people.
Exactly, and that's what they're saying. They're saying that a lot of people do that because they have to do something. You know, if they know that they don't want people to look at them like invisible, like they don't belong, so what are they going to do? They're going to dress to impress.
Yeah.
Like what they say,
So,
right?
Can I mention that here? Or just,
yes.
Yeah. What they,
the mentality of to dress to impress. and you'll know what that means.
Yeah. Yeah. It's clear, you know. Even they dress like brand, you know, more than rich people.
The poor.
Offense.
Affects
Affect
the poor too.
Okay.
Then many of the poor are the wrong age to be seen. Even people with terribly depressed incomes can look prosperous. Then many of the poor are the wrong age to be seen. A good number of them, over 8 million, are 65 years of age or better. An even larger number are under 18. The aged members of another America are often sick and they cannot move. Another group of them live out their lives in loneliness and frustration. They sit in rental rooms or else they stay close to a house in a neighborhood that has completely changed from the old days. And finally, the poor are politically invisible. It is one of the cruelest ironies of social life in advanced countries that the disposed at the bottom of a society are unable to speak for themselves. The people of other Americas do not, by and far and large, belong to unions, to fraternal organizations, or to political parties. They are without lobbies of their own. They put forward no legislative programs as a group. They are autonomized. They have no face and they have no voice. So you think that this is true for the older people in 1959? I do believe that. And I believe that that happened because of, you know, the one-child policy in China. That was one thing. But parents started to doing more for their children. See? So they didn't feel that they had a right to want anything. So they gave everything to their children, and what happened? Nobody noticed them anymore. Because once you get older, nobody wants to notice. They don't want to know what's going to happen to them. I'm going to get older, I don't want to see you. You know, you don't look beautiful no more, you know? So a lot of times you become invisible. Once people start to age, how many people are going to be looking at them? Most people, they look at people that are young. They whistle at them in the street. They're like, hey, baby, you know? So are they willing to see an older person walking down the street with gray hair, and they're not going to be, hey, honey, I like that gray, you know?
But sometimes,
how sexy is it?
For me, they impress me. Like, they give me energy, you know?
Right.
In this country, you know? Even they old, they look like strong themselves.
But the first thing people will say if they do meet someone older is they'll say, "Wow, you look amazing for your age." See, no, but if they're impressed right away.
Exactly.
You know, if you're a person that's older and you talk like a young person, then they like you. But if you're a person who's older and just wants to rock in a chair, they're going to ignore you.
Exactly.
They're not going to pay attention.
I agree.
So this is what happens in this society and in today. But not so much today like there, because there was more people today that are older. Right now, in this generation, there was more younger people.
I see.
Okay? So there wasn't a lot of older people who were trying to have more rights for elder. Okay. Now we have a lot of elder people.
Yeah.
In the entertainment field. Like, look at the presidents right now. They're all older.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of older people. My generation, there's a lot of us.
I see.
So it's not just like, it's
because,
just me.
you know, we don't have that much kids like before.
Not only that, medicine.
Yeah.
Technology and medicine have made us live longer. Okay? We've lived longer. Sometimes we suffer more because some people get a lot of different sicknesses because of the way we eat. But no, people are living longer.
Yeah, exactly. Also, we don't have that much kids. Only 2 kids probably one
Yeah,
kid, they
because
have,
it's true.
Yeah.
Back in the day, people had 10 more
yeah, exactly.
children.
That's why you,
They have
your
so many
sisterly,
children.
brotherly, you have
Yeah.
a lot, right?
There's 10 in my family.
So
5 brothers,
so
4
your-
sisters.
your-
And me,
Mhm.
just 2. So
Your son is,
yeah.
you even you.
Yeah, I have
you,
2.
Yeah, your son, you have one only.
No,
Look,
2. I have
you
2
have-
sons.
No, you have 2 sons, but
Yeah.
your son, he have only one.
1 daughter, yeah.
See?
I have only
That's why we
one
don't have that
granddaughter.
much younger people.
Yeah.
It's not only the medicine. You don't have a lot of baby born.
Well, we do.
Behorn.
We're starting to get more, especially
Yeah.
with COVID. A lot of people were born in
But
COVID.
only maybe
Yeah.
one people, he need 1 or 2. That's
Yeah.
in American culture. That's why I thought. For
Yeah.
our country, they can, in the cities, they can have 4 or 2. In the around the rural area, they have 8 or 10. We never know. They have a lot.
But it's very
nowadays.
sad
Mhm.
in China, they only having 1 baby because all the girls, they're throwing them in the street. They didn't want girls. They throw them in the street like garbage.
Really?
It's very sad.
Now
It's
they don't.
called one child policy, China.
Really now, still now?
Well, no, but they had that before.
Okay.
It's very sad.
Oh, thank you so much. Go.
Excuse me?
Oh, thank you
Hello?
so much. Thank you for watching. We are studying. Sorry.
Do you have to work at 1?
Yes. No, 2:30.
Oh my God, I'm scared.
Ah, don't worry. He changed my schedule. I think he needs for lunch and closing the store. I'm happy. I can go 1:30, 2 even. I can reach. Wow, it's so interesting story.
Okay,
This
here we
is
go.
very interesting.
It is interesting, and I can show you a film. We can watch it.
We have
We can watch film.
yeah.
This one is about photography and what happens when you have luxury in your life.
Mhm.
So it has to do with this. But they're talking about, not in this time, but because the lady, a photographer, she did research for 25 years about what happens in a society when it's never enough.
I see.
It's a beautiful documentary.
Okay.
So did I read, this is where I am?
I think you finished already. We are here.
Oh, this doesn't look like the same page. No, this isn't the page. I think,
We changed already?
yeah, I think it was this one, the bottom.
No, we finished this.
Oh, yeah.
We finished this. We are here.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Or here. I don't know.
You're right.
Yeah. We finished already, all of them.
I don't remember reading this.
Okay. We can read it then again. No
Okay.
problem.
Number 9, the feminist Betty
Oh,
Friedman.
exactly. Oh, maybe here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Even I didn't hear. Maybe around here.
Okay.
Exactly.
Another group of them live out of their lives in loneliness and frustration. They sit in rental rooms, or else they stay close to a house in a neighborhood that has completely changed from the old days. And finally, the poor are politically invisible. It is one of the cruelest ironies of social life in advanced countries that the disposed at the bottom of society are unable to speak for themselves. The people of the other America do not, by far and large, belong to unions, to fraternal organizations, or to political parties. They are without lobbies or of their own. They put forward no legislative program as a group. They are autonomized. They have no face. They have no voice. Number 9, the feminist Betty Friedman describes the problem that has no name, 1963. The problem lay buried, unspoken for many years in the minds of American women. It was a strange stirring, a sense of dissatisfaction, a yearning that women suffer in the middle of the 12th century. the 20th century, I'm sorry, in the U.S. Each suburban wife struggles with it alone as she made the beds, shopped for groceries, matched slipcover material, ate peanut butter sandwiches with her children, chauffeured Club Scouts and brownies, lay beside her husband at night. She was afraid to ask, even of herself, the silent question, is this all?
Huh? Yeah, it's happened. I watched the movie even. Like the History His Heaven.
No, this is what she's saying. Is this all? Is this all I'm ever going to do? As a woman. The woman is asking,
Okay.
is this
herself,
all?
She's asking
She's
herself.
asking herself.
Okay.
Okay, I keep making beds. I keep taking the children to school. I keep, making sure that my husband is happy, making the dinner, cooking for him, pressing his clothes, ironing, everything, washing his clothes, doing this, doing that, for my husband, for my children. Is this all for a woman? Is this everything for the rest of my life?
No, it's not
Is this
true.
all I have
Mine
to
is
do?
also you have to do.
So,
yeah, exactly.
for over 15 years, there was no word of this yearning in the millions of words written about women for women in all the column books and articles by experts telling women their role was to seek fulfillment as wives and mothers. That's their purpose, to be a wife, to be a mother. This is your purpose. God has blessed you to just be this woman. To be able to have a baby is the most beautiful thing in the world. I don't agree that every woman needs to have a baby. I don't agree. I think if you want to have a baby, fine. If you don't, fine. You should not feel that you have to have a baby to feel that you're a woman. A lot of women can have children, but you're still a woman. It's okay. Not everybody can have a baby, and that's okay. And not everybody should have a baby because not people.
Sometimes the nature even we don't have a baby.
But some people are not good at being a mother.
Oh.
Because I know a lot of mothers who are not good mothers. They're not good. They just don't like. Maybe they were not treated right when they were younger. So it's hard for them to show children love. There's a lot of parents who don't say to their children they love them. If you're not going to do that, don't have children.
Okay.
Okay.
I agree. So, I can explain this one, do you think? Is that okay? Or?
Yes, you can talk about the feminist, Betty Friedman. Oh, wait a minute. This is 9. So it's important to talk about Betty Friedman because she is a woman activist. So she describes problems with no name. So what she is saying is that women do not understand why being a mother and wife is not enough. Duh, it's not enough.
She wanna be work outside, That's why I was thinking, right?
She does. That's what she
wants. She wanna be a pilot. She wanna be a doctor. She wanna be
a lawyer.
Whatever.
She wants to have a job like her husband.
Exactly.
She wants to be equal. Bottom line, she wants to be equal.
Okay.
And she's not even supposed to talk about it.
Yeah.
She's supposed to feel bad that she feels like it's not enough.
She
can do more.
Exactly.
I want to do more.
Yeah. She did a lot, but she still need more.
Because it's not enough,
Okay.
Yeah. So she wants more. Okay, and then it says, by expert telling women their role was to seek fulfillment as wives and mothers. Over and over, women heard in voices of tradition and of the Freudian sophistication. Okay. And I have to talk about Freud.
Okay.
Betty Friedman is, I'm saying, this is Freudian. Freudian means Freud, the famous scientist who's a man, who's always saying, it's Sigmund Freud, okay? He's always saying that he believes where women have to be. Like a woman has to be in a certain place.
Okay.
So this scientist, he's a very smart man, supposedly. But I think who was smarter? The women that he was with. They were doctors in that time. They had a lot of research. I think he stole their research. And he said, because he's a man, he said he did all of this, right? when I think a lot of the women did it, but he didn't give the woman the credit because he was a man. And yeah, so I don't care for this man because he really doesn't talk very well about women. Sigmund Freud, you can always Google him later, and you could see about his life, this man. He was a terrible man. You know what kind of a man he was? He gave one of his children away because he didn't want it. He didn't want the child, a son. He had a son. He said, I don't want children. So he just...
He's mean.
Yeah, that's not a good man.
How can he take care of the world? How can he be a scientist?
That's what I say. That's what I say. Well, if this man did that, he could lie about anything.
Yeah, he took something.
Yeah, he took somebody's word. Exactly. The research of the women. Yeah. You know? Because he did a lot of research on prostitutes. So where was he thinking?
His mentality have issue even his side.
Yeah, he had problems. Okay. Anyway, let's see. That they could desire no greater destiny than to glory their own femininity. Expert told them how to catch a man, keep him, how to breastfeed children, handle their toilet training, how to cope with sibling rivalry, adolescent rebellion, how to buy a dishwasher, bake bread, cook gourmet snails, buy a swimming pool, or build a swimming pool with their own hands, how to dress, look, act more feminine, make marriage more exciting, how to keep their husbands from dying and their sons from growing into delinquents. They were taught to pity the neurotic, unfeminine, unhappy women who wanted to be poets or physicists or presidents. So
I like his idea, right?
They were.
Is it true?
Debbie. This is Debbie Friedman. Okay?
Oh, this is a woman.
This is a woman.
Okay, it's not he.
No, it's not Freud.
Okay.
Freud. No, she's talking about Freud.
Oh.
She was talking about the way he thought.
I see.
Okay, and she's also explaining that in 1959, the way that they thought is a woman was supposed to do everything. She's even supposed to build furniture. Exactly. She can make clothes. She's supposed to do everything. Yeah. She's supposed to also make sure that the husband is always happy in the bed. Oh. She's supposed to do everything. She's supposed to do that too. It's crazy. Like, come on. And she's not a robot, you know? Yeah. But maybe she's supposed to build a robot if the husband or the children wanted it. Exactly. You know? I mean, who knows? She's supposed to do all these things, but she shouldn't be and she's supposed to laugh at the women that want to be a doctor and a physicist. Now, I'm sorry, but if you could build your own swimming pool, make your own clothes, then you should be an engineer. Exactly. I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah, too much work.
Anyway, they learned that truly feminine women do not want careers. What? Higher education, political rights, the independence and the opportunity that old-fashioned feminists fought for. Some women in their 40s and 50s still remember painfully giving up their dreams, but most of the younger women no longer even thought about that. 1,000 expert voices applauded their femininity, their adjustment, their new maturity. All they had to do was devote their lives from early girlhood to finding a husband and bearing children. By the end of the 1950s, the average married age of a woman in America dropped to 20 years old and was still dropping into the teens. 14 million girls were engaged by 17. Wow. Why? Because it's moneymaker. Yeah. Even right? All the propaganda. Anytime you get married, it costs a lot of money to have a wedding. Exactly. It's propaganda. Okay. The proportion of women attending college in comparison with men dropping from 47% in 1920 to 35% in 1958. A century earlier, women had fought for higher education. Now girls went to college to get a husband. So that's why they went to college, to find a man. They didn't go there to try and get a career. Oh my God. No, they went there because they needed a man.
So how can I mention that? My God.
Well, centuries earlier, women even enrolled in colleges to obtain a husband.
Oh my God.
Not a degree. And they were told to do this by their parents. The mother is the one who was encouraging. Because what women were supposed to do is get married.
Oh.
You know, and if you look at the word marriage,
Mhm.
marriage meant that you were the property of someone. Someone will protect you.
Oh.
That's what marriage, that's why people got married. That's why a lot of people today don't want to get married. Because
Exactly.
marriage
Nobody-
doesn't mean the same thing that it meant many years ago. You got married because you were going to be protected.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? So now you belong to the you were the property of whoever you married.
Exactly.
That's what it was.
Mhm.
Okay? And not only that, women were not supposed to have property. It was the men that got property. Women can have some money, but if, let's say, in a family where they only had girls, the only person who can get the money is your husband if he married you.
I see.
Yeah. Okay?
Should I mention this thing or no? The million people, 17 teenagers.
It says,
Mhm.
the proportion of women attending college in comparison with men dropping from college. No, it's here.
Okay, it's okay.
So it is here.
I
This
don't
is,
want to mention the number.
Well, I could mention this.
Yeah, that's nice one.
50s, the average age. Average women age for marriage. Dropped from 20 to 17. 47% in 1920
Mhm.
to 35% in 1958. Okay. By mid-50s, 60% dropped out of college. Okay,
Mhm.
right here. 60% dropped college. Okay? And that's why they dropped out, so that they can get a husband.
Okay.
60%. That's big. Okay? College built dormitories for married students.
After they get their husband, they drop their college.
Yeah.
And they go marry.
Well, because they have to.
I see.
Yeah. The husband would probably get them pregnant, and no more college for
Even
you.
she wanna take care of him in the house.
Yeah,
And,
that's
doing
her.
For,
This is the reason that she went to the college, to try and find a man. But the students were almost precarious and audacious.
That's gone already.
Oh, that's gone.
That's it.
That must have been where it goes.
Which one?
Maybe that's where it goes. It's weird because I already read that first. 343. No, it's a different one.
That's one.
344.
She put
Maybe that's it.
only that's yeah. That's what she mentioned. All right. Nobody's watching.
I guess that's my
It's
thing.
sleeping. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. And we read this one also. We can read this.
Hmm?
We read last night this one, but we
Oh, you
can
want to read it? No,
Yeah.
we did. I don't think I did. The Kitchen Debate, teachingamericanhistory.org. Vice President Richard Nixon and Soviet Premier, oh yes, Kita Gorbachev, U.S. Embassy, Moscow, Soviet Union, 1959.
Mhm.
Both men enter kitchen to the American exhibit. Nixon, I want to show you this kitchen. It is like those of our houses, those of our home houses in California. Nixon points to the dishwasher. Gorbachev, we have such things. Nixon, this is our newest model. This is the kind which is built in thousands of units for direct installation in the houses. In America, we like to make life easier for women.
So
Okay.
it's propaganda or
Oh, yeah.
it is true?
Khrushchev, your capitalistic attitude towards women does not occur under communism. Nixon, I think that this attitude towards women is universal. What we want to do is make life more easy for our housewives. Nixon, this house can be bought for $14,000, and most Americans, veterans from World War II, can buy a home in the bracket of $10,000 to $15,000. Let me give you an example that you can appreciate. Our steel workers, as you know, are now on strike, but any steel worker could buy this house. They earn $3 an hour. Oh my God. The house costs about $100 a month to buy on a contract running 25 to 30 years. Khrushchev. We have steelworkers and peasants who can afford to spend $14,000 for a house.
Wow.
Your American houses are built to last only 20 years, so builders could sell new houses at the end. We build firmly. We build for our children and grandchildren. Nixon. American houses last for more than 20 years, but even so, after 20 years, many Americans want a new home or a new kitchen. Their kitchen is absolute by that time. An American system is designed to take advantage of new inventions and new techniques. Khrushchev. This theory does not hold water. Some things never get out of date. Houses, for instance, and furniture. Furnishings, perhaps, but not houses. I have read much about America and American houses, and I do not think that this is exhibit, and what you can say is strictly accurate. Nixon. Well, Grovenov, I hope I have not insulted you. Nixon. I have been insulted by experts. Everything we say, on the other hand, is in good humor. Always speak frankly. Grovenov. The Americans have created their own image of the Soviet man, but he is not as you think. You think the Russian people will be dumbfounded to see these things, but the fact is that the newly built Russian house has all of these equipments right now. Nixon. Yes, but... Yes, but... Grovenov. In Russia, all you have to do to get a house is to be born in the Soviet Union. You're entitled to a housing. In America, if you don't have a dollar, you have a right to choose between sleeping in a house or on the pavement. Yet you say we are the slaves to communism? Nixon, I appreciate that you're very articulate and energetic. Krovenov, energetic is not the same as wise. Nixon, if you were in the Senate, we would call you a filibuster.
Why does a filibuster? I was thinking that.
A filibuster is when you have to keep talking and say your point.
Okay.
You know, Grovenov interrupts. Do all of the talking. Don't let anybody else talk.
Oh.
So it's somebody who keeps talking and doesn't. Yeah, they don't let other people talk.
He only led his idea. He doesn't listen to other idea.
The exhibit was now designed to astound both to interest, diversity, the right to choose, the fact that we have 1,000 builders building 1,000 different houses is the most important thing. We don't have one decision made at the top by our government official. This is the difference. Govanov, on politics, we will never agree with you. For instance, Mikoyan likes very peppery soup. I do not. But this does not mean that we do not get along. Nixon, you can learn from us, and we can learn from you. There must be a free exchange. Let the people choose the kind of house, the kind of soup, the kind of ideas that they want. Translation, lost as both men enter the television recording station. Govanov, in jest, you look very angry as if you want to fight me. Are you still angry? Nixon, in jest, that's right. Govanov, Nixon was once a lawyer. Now he's nervous. Nixon, oh yes, Nixon chuckling. He still is a lawyer. Other Russian speaker, tell us please, what are your general impressions of the exhibit? Govanov, it's clear to me that the construction workers didn't manage to finish their work and that the exhibit still is not put in order. This is what America is capable of. And how long has this existed? 300 years, 150 years of independence, and this is her level? We haven't yet reached 42 years. And in another 7 years, we'll be at the level of America. And after that, we'll go further. As we pass you by, we wave hi to you. And then if you want, we'll stop and say, please come along behind us. If you want to live under capitalism, go ahead. That's your question. An internal matter. It doesn't concern us. We can feel sorry for you, but really, you won't understand. We've already seen how you understand things.
Lydia, we need to say goodbye. The battery is gone.
Oh, okay.
Surprise! No one is here, but we can't post this one.
Okay.
And we need to say bye. We finish
Bye.
our study and our battery is low down, so I don't have a charger with me. And thank you for watching. I want to say
Thank
bye.
you.
Thank you for watching.